Back here at Slowpoke Racing and with Tyre Shredders Racing for the final race of the final round of the Porsche Carrera Cup. We are in Spain. We are at Catalunya on the Grand Prix circuit with no chicane, and as I've already mentioned, we are final race. So race 2 here. Race 1 was a great race. Saw Racing Sim sort of gifted the win, although he was in front for most of the race anyway. But Jacala had a bit of an incident which took the pressure off and allowed Racing Sim to just, trot home really. Made it look easy in the end. Cy in second and Cal third. Cal had a fantastic race, started at the back and made his way all the way through to take that third podium spot. So brilliant racing from him. So hopefully we'll get a bit more of the same in race 2. So we'll have a look down the grid now then. This one, race 1 was a standing start. This one is a rolling start, and it is a reverse grid as well. So let's get the right camera and we'll have a look down. Now Footy is on pole. He had an absolute nightmare in race 1, so he'll be looking to make amends for that. Chris in second, really he didn't enjoy it either. Excuse me, but hopefully the two guys in 1 and 2 now have got used to the track, put race 1 behind them, and we can get a good race out of them this time around. Vane is third on the grid. Carlsberg is fourth. Jacala is fifth. Now he will definitely be looking to prove something in this race. Had a bit of an incident towards the end of race 1, which saw him having to come into the pits, I think through tyre wear, and ended up, I think it was fourth. He finished in the end. So Jacala will want to get himself on the podium again. Cal is 6, already mentioned. What a great race he had in race 1. He's got it all to do again now. Started at the back in race 1 and he's practically there again. So he's done it once, he can do it again. Cy in 7th, great race from him in race 1 to take second. And then Racing Sim, winner of race 1, starts all the way at the back. So he really has got a lot of work ahead of him. And he'll be looking for a good start, actually, to try and make his way through the pack. So, for the final time then, as they come around turn 14 and head towards that start-finish line, let's get this race underway for the final time in this Carrera Cup. And we are off and racing as the guys all sprint down towards turn 1 at ELF. It is Footy leading Chris, Vane in third, Carlsberg in fourth with Jacala in fifth as they all bunch up into turn 1, then into turn 2. Not the best of places for overtaking, so it is just a case of slotting in and making sure everybody is all where they should be and facing the right way, as Racing Sim still at the back. So trying to get a bit of heat into the tyres. The track temperature is still going to be up. It is still a lovely blue clear skies. The sun is out. You can see it reflecting off the cars there. So the track temperature itself is going to be quite high. So it shouldn't take too long to warm these medium tyres up and start getting some grip in them. As Footy already starts to open up a bit of a gap now. As I said, he had a bit of a nightmare in race 1. So he really will be looking to prove something in race 2. And he has shot off, hasn't he? Already opened up the gap between himself and Carlsberg. Carlsberg sitting in second, Chris in third, so those two have had a bit of a swap around. Chris losing a place to Carlsberg, although Carlsberg has had a good start. He started in fourth, didn't he? Went a little bit deep there, but let's see if he got away with that one. No, he did. They've given him a 1 second. That's quite harsh, actually, for Carlsberg. He'll be, I'm sure there's a few choice words coming out of the visor of his helmet at the minute as he has a chat with his race director over the mic as Chris goes up the inside. And it did look like Chris is having a bit of a slide around that corner, but he's managed to stay facing the right way. So Chris trying to put the challenge in, and I think the car just started to slip away from him, so did well to keep it on track. Vane in third. Everybody's still quite bunched up. Jacala has made his way up into fourth as we're going into turns 1 and 2 now. Chris in fifth with Cal in sixth still. Racing Sim, he's moved up into 7th with Cy in 8th. So the two guys at the back have just swapped positions for now. Footy still out in front, maintaining the gap back to Carlsberg. Carlsberg, oh, 1 second penalty. He'll be serving that quite shortly, and well, he's going to lose quite a few places, isn't he? Because he has got a whole bunch of cars behind him, and they are all very, very close. You can see Cal and Chris having a fantastic fight between the two of them as they come through turn 6 and 7 into Worth. Cal just dropping back behind Chris. Now they've gone side by side again. No, Cal has managed to get through, and so has Racing Sim, so Chris lost a couple of spots there. I do want to go up and have a look at Carlsberg though, as he serves that 1 second penalty. Now then, is this going to cost him how many places is this going to cost him? So far it is just 2. He drops down into 4th as Vane and Jakayla go through. Carlsberg just managing to hold on to 4th. That could have been a lot worse. There were a big pile of cars behind him ready to pounce as soon as he served that penalty, so holding on to 4th, well, I think he's done well there. He can still attack. Cal in 5th, looking to get right underneath Carlsberg's car again. Those two had a fantastic battle in race 1. Cal just applied the pressure for 2/3 of the race before finally getting by. Racing Sim in 6th, Sight in 7th, and Chris, well, he's had must have had an incident, I think, because he is now down in 8th. He's got damage at the front, yeah, so he's had an incident. Apologies, we missed that, but Chris all the way down in 8th, and a lot of work ahead of him now just to catch up to the back of the pack. Back up to the front though, and Footy really has opened up a gap. He's gone, he's off like the proverbial scolded cat. He doesn't want anybody to catch him, does he? So Footy really making up for race 1. He just seemed to struggle so much in race 1, but look at him go now. Come on, Footy. I'm rooting for you. I'm sure everybody else is as well. Jakayla up into 2nd. Oh, and we've had a big off at the back there, and I think that's Vane and Carlsberg. Well, we are definitely going to go back and have a look and see what happened there. Now then, Vane already carrying a 1.5 second penalty. He's currently sitting in 3rd. He's got Carlsberg, he's got Cal and Racing Sim all behind him. As we come down the hill towards Worth at turn 7. Oh, now then, was there a little bit of a touch there? We are definitely going to go back and have a look at that. As we come into the turn now then. In fact, we'll go on board with Carlsberg. As I say, Cal on the outside, so into turn 7. And yes, I think there was a bit of a touch there, and that sent Vane into a spin. And well, Carlsberg takes responsibility. He's pulled over. He is waiting for Vane, so that's good racing from Carlsberg. He took full responsibility to that. I'm not sure he really had a great deal of awareness of it. It's just Vane slowed down a bit in front of him, and there was that little love kiss, shall we call it? But that's cost the two of them quite a number of places actually. But well done for Carlsberg for actually stopping and giving the place back to Vane instead of just racing off. But that has changed things quite a lot. Now Footy's still out in front, but now it is Jakayla in 2nd, Cal in 3rd, so he's gone all the way from 6th up to 3rd, pretty much what he did in race 1. So he's loving it here in Spain. He's got Racing Sim though chasing him down. Racing Sim just sort of putting his car slightly on the inside, letting Cal know he's there. I don't think he's going to make a move, no. I think it's more just to let him know he was there, and he was poised and ready to have a go if he felt like it. Sight in 5th, he's catching up to the two in front, so while those two battle away, it's allowing Sight to catch them up. Then we've got Carlsberg in 6th. Chris has come into the pits, he has got damage, and so has Vane. Vane has got damage after that little incident with Carlsberg. I'm actually surprised Carlsberg hasn't got any damage at the front as well, but he hasn't, so he can continue to race. So let's go back up and see what's happening up at the top now then. Footy, the gap is closing slightly I think on Jakayla. Let's have a look at the lap times. Oh, as Footy goes very wide through turn 9. Is he going to get away with it? No. Half a second. Could have been a lot worse. We've seen some bigger penalties dished out, but I think 40 is probably trying to push a bit too much. Jacala has the fastest lap at the minute of 44.5, and well, he's almost identical. 400ths of a second is the difference between 40's fastest lap and Jacala's fastest lap, so good racing from these guys. So 40's carrying that half a second. Jacala really is closing the gap. Let's jump on board with Jacala, and we'll follow him for a couple of turns. Racing Sim has made his way up into third, and he's trying to chase these guys down. He's not that far behind. He's got Cal and Si following him, with Carlsberg not that far behind either. But we are currently on board with Jacala as we go through turn 2 into the long sweeping right-hander of turn 3, just feathering that accelerator before getting the power down, fully heading towards turn 4 at Repsol, under the bridge into the braking zone. And Jacala seems to be catching with every turn, and I think he's definitely going to take the lead of this race if it stays like this until we get to the penalty zone, and Footy has to serve that half a second. So Jacala just following him down the hill then towards turn 7. You can see the bar starting to fill up above Footy's car. Oh, as he gets the back end all squirrely coming out of turn 7, manages to hold on to it, but that has just allowed Jacala to get even closer, so he's definitely going to take that position away from Footy. There we go, brakes slammed on. Jacala moves up into the lead of this race, and Footy has to try his best to catch back up and slot in behind Jacala. So Jacala with a clear track ahead of him. He's got out of the dirty air, and he can start to put in some fast lap times now, and you can see that Footy is coming under a bit of attention from Racing Sim now. Racing Sim, the winner of race 1 and overall championship leader, and well, I would say quite safely overall championship winner. Racing Sim currently in third and chasing Footy down. But these three with a decent gap back to Si can still see them, not quite in touching distance, but he can see them, and he has got Cal chasing him down. Now Cal had a fantastic race in race 1, and he'll be looking to do exactly the same this time around. He would love to go on the podium for the second time, wouldn't he? 2 races starting near the back, and 2 podiums, that would be look good on your CV. Carlsberg then down in 6. It's all getting a bit lonely for Carlsberg, all on his own. Chris in 7, definitely on his own, and well, I think it's he's not going to be able to catch up to the guys in front of him unless there's an incident. He's just too far back, and the same goes for Vane, but both these guys had to make a stop, if you remember, so I don't think that, well, they're not, the pit stops are not mandatory, but if you get damage, I think the damage is on heavy, so if you do pick up some damage, you have to go into the pits to get it repaired, and I think that's what happened to Vane and Chris, so they've both made pit stops, which is why they are so far behind. And in front though, Jacala trying to get away from Racing Sim. These two, one behind the other in the championship, because Gaz who's currently sitting in second in the championship, he won't after today, because whatever points Jacala picks up, he's going to leapfrog anyway, because he was only 5 points adrift from Gaz, so he is going to overtake anyway. But Gaz has for some reason pulled out of the championship, so I presume everybody will just move up a spot. I'm not sure what the situation is. You best check the Discord channel if you do want to find out what the league table looks like, or indeed you do want to join Tyre Shredders Racing. Just look us up on the Discord channel, get in touch with Chris, and I'm sure he will do his utmost to get you out on track as quick as possible. As we follow Jacala, our race leader, around turn 7 and 8. Racing Sim doing everything he can to catch up. I know Racing Sim would dearly love to finish with a win the final race. The league leader at the minute. What a way to go out with a double win. So he's definitely going to be pushing. He would dearly love to do that. Footy in third. This is so much better from him. This is what we wanted to see. Had an absolute nightmare in race 1, but he's certainly making up for it in race 2. Led for a good part of the race, started on pole, led for a good part of the race at the beginning. Had a penalty that he had to serve, which allowed Jacala through, and then he was caught by Racing Sim. But at the minute he's hanging on to that third step of the podium. So come on, Footy, we want to see you on that podium. It is about time you had a sip of champagne. Sai in fourth though, he's got other ideas. He wants to get up on that podium as well. Had a good steady race in race 1 and doing the same in race 2. Very confident driving from Sai. Cal in 5th. Oh, he's got a penalty of 1 second. The penalties are very, very harsh today. The old stewards keeping an eye on these track infringements are just dishing out these big penalties. It doesn't sound much, 1 second, but when you're racing and every 10th of a second counts, 1 second is a long time. Carlsberg, he's been into the pits and comes back out again, and he's going to slot in just behind Chris, who's now moved up into 6th. So Carlsberg into the pits, he's got a fresh set of boots on, and he'll be on the chase after Chris in 6th, Cal in 5th, and let's have a look, Vane down in 8th, and well, his race has completely gone south, hasn't it? Another 1.5 second penalty for Vane. He's had to come into the pits, I think, to get some damage repaired. He had a bit of a bump with Carlsberg earlier on, and it's sort of since that incident it all went very wrong for Vane, but good on him to keep going. Gets an extra point for having fantastic livery as well, in my view. Go back up to the top and let's see what's happening with Jacala. Got a real point to prove after his mishap in race 1, which put him down into, I think it was 4th he finished in the end. So Jacala trying to maintain that gap back to Racing Sim. Racing Sim would like to go out in a bang and get a double win. Let's have a look at the time, shall we? We are just fast approaching the 15-minute mark, so just a little over 10 minutes of race 2 to go. I need a drink, I'm getting a sore throat. So no battles really taking place at the minute. It is getting closer though, as Footy and Sai are starting to get closer. Sai really trying to put the pressure on now. Let's jump on board with Sai, shall we? As we come around turn 7 into turn 8. Oh, the back end of Sai's Porsche putting in a big complaint then, but he managed to hold it and keep it facing the right way. A good exit. Oh, he's what he's after, and that's what he's got. He's got a fantastic exit from turn 9 as they're going towards turn 10. Footy couldn't really do anything about it, but oh, and Sai just could not get that car slowed down. As we went into turn 10, let's just have a look at see what happened here. And I think he just took too much speed into the turn, couldn't get it slowed down enough. That could have been a lot worse actually for Sai. He did manage to hold on to it and keep it on the grey stuff, but that could have been a lot worse. He could have carried on going and been in all sorts of trouble. It didn't do the tyres much good, I must admit, a big slide like that, but he's managed to hold on to 4th as Footy says thank you very much and moves back up into 3rd. So a great move actually from Sai to get himself up onto the podium. He just could not get that car slowed down in time to hit turn 10, so it is as we were. So Footy in 3rd with Sai in 4th, and all that work he did, he's got to do it again now to get right up the chuff of Footy and push him for that podium spot. Chris in 6. I was going to say it's looking very lonely for Chris, but Carlsberg is not too far away from him, and he's pushing hard. Let's have a look at the fastest lap, shall we? Jacala's got the fastest at the minute on a 1:43.1. Now I'm just going to compare that to Carlsberg's laps. He's around about the 1:45, so a little off of the pace of the fastest guy on the track, but a 45 is still a decent time. And Vane still picking up penalties, down in 8. He just seems to be picking one up a lap now. Back up to the top, Jacala still out in front, looking determined to take the win in the final race, as we have just gone past the 17-minute mark. Still time though for Racing Sim. There's still a few laps to go yet, but Jacala will do everything he can to hold on to that number 1 spot. And likewise, Racing Sim is going to do everything he can to dislodge Jacala from that number 1 spot. But these two all out on their own, pretty much how it was in race 1. Big gap opened up. Footy still holding on to 3rd, but Si creeping up to the back of him again, just to keep that pressure on. Bit of a flash of the lights there as he probably catches the joystick or whatever it was. Next thing will be the wipers going, and the radio will be on, and the windows will be going up and down. Who knows what's happening in that car? But Footy holding on to P3. Si trying to put the pressure on as he has a look up the inside as they go around turn 4. It is side by side, and Footy still just holding on to P3 as they come around turn 5 at Seat. It is still Footy fending off Si putting the pressure on. Things are really starting to warm up now in the closing stages of this race. Shall we go on board with Si again? Dare we go on board with Si again? We don't want to put him off, do we, like we did last time? So through turn 9, a race down towards turn 10. Now then, Si, you've got to apply the brakes, remember. And this time he gets it absolutely spot on. Oh, just as I say that, the old commentator's curse. He's just a little bit too heavy with his right foot on the noisy pedal, and the back end spun. Oh, and it's 1 second. I don't believe it. 1 second penalty for Si, just for that slight mistake. Well, Footy is going to have a massive grin on his face seeing that. As he looks in his mirror, he will have been told that Si has got a 1 second penalty. Now then, Si has got to get by Footy and at least get a 1.5 seconds in front of him if he wants to hold on to 3rd, but I don't think that's going to happen. Footy will defend that 3rd podium spot, and then when Si serves his penalty, he's going to drop even further away from Footy. That will allow Cal to get a little bit closer. Can he get close enough to take 4th position away from Si though? We will follow them through. We are not that far away from the penalty zone, so we will follow them through. We are just coming around turn 4 at Repsol at the minute. Cal in 5th. He will have seen Si's got that penalty, which will probably spur him on to push that a little bit more. And you can see the gap there. Si just about to start serving his penalty as they go through turn 7 and 8 up towards turn 9. Now as they go through turn 9, then the penalty zone is just about there. So let's just see if Cal can catch up. So Si serves his penalty, brakes slammed on. Now then, he's back on the power again. Where is Cal? He is right on top of it. Oh, and Cal has overshot turn 10 as well. He couldn't slow down, he was pushing. He's seen that Si had got the penalty, and he really sensed that he could move up into 4th and just couldn't do. He did the same as Si, just couldn't slow the car down enough, and that's cost him. And I think that may just be enough to secure 4th position for Si. Footy definitely holding on to P3, although he may have had a bit of an issue at some point, because Si is right back on top of him again. So whether Footy is easing off a little bit. His last lap was a 1:46.4. The front left tyre is starting to hurt again. Now I'm going to have a look at further up the field. Jacala, well, he's practically won this race, hasn't he? So he can back off a little bit. Racing Sim, his front left is looking a bit sorry for itself as well, but the gap behind is big enough for him to maintain P2. Footy, however, hasn't got that luxury. He does have a very, very worn front left tyre, and he has got Sai all over the back of him, but Sai is in the same position tyre wear wise. His is slightly better, but not by much. And then Cal, well, Cal, how the hell he's managing to keep that car in a straight line, I don't know, because that front tyre is about ready to explode on him, and you can see it getting a bit sideways there. So Cal is going to have to back off a little bit, I think. This is where the battle, oh, and Sai's gone. Sai has gone, and he's had a massive bumper kiss with Barrier. Let's have a look and see what went wrong. Into the tight left-hander at turn 5, down the hill towards turn 7. This has caught a few out today, and you can see Sai right on the back end of Footy, and as we come out, I think he's gone onto that AstroTurf, and yeah, there we go, big spin round, kiss with Barrier, and down into 5th position. Fortunately for him, Chris is just too far away to actually capitalise on that. Looking at this, Chris has got his own troubles at the minute, because he has got Carlsberg all over the back of him, so these two are starting to have a good old battle as well in the closing stages of this race. Carlsberg really putting the pressure on Chris. Just proves the point, you do not need to be at the sharp end of the races to have a good old battle. These two are doing exactly that, and they are fighting it out for P6 as Carlsberg goes a little bit off track, but it looks like he's got away with it. No penalty in that one. Now then, he may pick up one there. Turn 9 is quite notorious for dishing penalties out. Hopefully he's not, I was going to say hopefully he's got away with it, but he's not. It was quite inevitable really. As you go through turn 9, you abuse track limits, and the stewards are onto you straight away. So poor old Carlsberg has got a half a second, but that's not going to start him putting the pressure on Chris as they come around the final couple of turns before getting onto this straight. Just over 1,000 metres long this straight as they exit turn 14, and then it is foot planted firmly on the noisy pedal all the way down to the entry of turn 1. Carlsberg trying desperately to get into the slipstream of Chris. He's got to get by him before he serves that penalty, but he's not close enough. So good old battle in the run up to the end of this race. We're going to go up to the top and see what's happening as we get into the last minute of this final race. Jacala, well, he's got a massive gap now, hasn't he? This race is his. He can afford to take his time. Racing Sim, I think he's had to back off a little bit because of the situation with his front tyres. You can see there on lap 12 he had a 1:48.1, so either a bit of an issue for him or he just really backed off. Footy in 3rd, doing everything he can to stay in 3rd. Come on Footy, you can do it. We want to see you up on that podium, especially after the disastrous first race. Tyres looking very sorry for themselves. This should be, as they cross the line, this will be their final lap. So Footy in 3rd, then Cal in 4th. If Cal wants to get on the podium for the 2nd time today, he needs to do something, and do something quick. He has only got this lap to do it, although the front tyre's about gone. Cal actually doing an excellent job of keeping that car on track, considering the tyre is, well, bold is an understatement. So good driving skills actually from Cal, but that is going to cost him some time surely. Sai in 5th, Chris in 6th, still got Carlsberg chasing him as they come across the line. So Chris finishes in 6th, Carlsberg across the line in 7th. Vane is going to finish in 8th. Let's just have a look where the leader is. Well, he's not that far away, is he? So we'll just stick with Vane as we come around these final few turns through to turn 13 at Europe Car. into turn 14 goes Vane. Points just for looking good, I think, should be awarded. So Vane will cross the line to take 8th. So back up to our race leader and soon to be crowned race winner of the final race of this Carerra Cup is Jacala. Well done to him. Great racing in race 2. Made up for his mistake in race 1. Racing Sim across the line. Well done to him. Congratulations on the championship as well for Racing Sim. Footy, come on Footy. Yes, he's going to do it. So Footy is going to get on the podium, and a well-deserved big glass of champagne for Footy as he crosses the line to take 3rd. Cal is going to get 4th. Good racing from him. And poor old Si, well, he had a great race, didn't he? It just came undone towards the end, but Si comes in 5th. So well done to all of the guys. What a great championship as well, I've got to say. Great racing throughout, and well done to all of the guys. Well, that's it from me. I shall catch up with you all soon when we do start a new season. I'm not sure when that is coming, but I can rest assured we will be there to cover it. Catch you all soon.